Well, you just saw some flashes on Capital First actually going out and making a preferential allotment to Warburg Pincus and HDFC Standard Life. V. Vaidyanathan, CMD of Capital First, now joins in. Vaidyanathan, hi, good morning. This is a large equity dilution, about 17%. What was the need for that? Because as you mentioned in the press release, your capital adequacy ratio was already quite strong. So what was the need for this large-scale equity dilution?
See, the dilution is close to about 14% actually. And secondly, with regard to equity raise, this is a financial services company. It's good to be adequately capitalized. And secondly, as far as the growth opportunities are concerned, for the next 2 or 3 years, we continue to see significant opportunities. In the last 2 years, we've been growing at 30% per year compounded, and we see this opportunity in the future as well. So in that sense, it made sense for us to raise some additional equity for growth.
Okay, Vaidyanathan, just 1 minute, I'll come back to you, but you can see some Russian update as well. The Russian index is up 4%. Looks like there's been some kind of solution, which is the Russian president has ordered the troops to return to the base. I'm assuming that that means that... Sorry?
That I think there were around 16,000 troops, according to Ukrainian officials, that were
so
deployed.
Clearly the escalation is not happening, if at all. The negotiations maybe are helping, and there is quite clearly a bit of a climb down, at least. That looks like could be the possibility. We just have one flash, so I'm just going by that. But the market reaction quite clearly has been quite strong. If Euro has hit a session high versus dollar, post the comments coming in from Putin.
Maybe even the ruble should come up and see how. Let's see how the ruble is also reacting possibly to this, considering that it was at a record low yesterday. So there is a chance that it would be bouncing back from that record low that it had touched of around 36.5 is where it had closed at yesterday. So there is some amount of an appreciation.
In fact, let's also pull out Hang Seng. We've been saying that the Indian market is very positively correlated to Hang Seng. That's one market which is now up about 230 points or so, 1% higher. In fact, at this point in time, the Nifty has almost reclaimed the entire losses of yesterday's trade. That's something that a lot of experts have been talking about in terms of the market being buy on dips. The Dow futures also up about 140 points. So for the time being, it looks like this issue could be settling, or at least not escalating, and that's why you've seen some kind of stability return to some of these markets.
Absolutely. And in fact, Anuj, we had Jeff Chaudhary who spoke to us also yesterday, where he said that if in case it's just rhetoric, which he will be watching out for, then obviously there will be a bounce back in the financial markets as well as in other asset classes. But if in case there is increased military intervention or anything which would be escalated, then obviously there would be an adverse reaction to the equities as well as to the currency market. So it seems as though maybe things might have stabilized at current reckoning. So post this preferential issue that will be completed of 178 crores, what will the capital adequacy ratio stand at?
Right now the capital adequacy is 21.4%, and after this issue it will be 24%.
Okay. Would there be any more incremental money that you would look to raise via any other sort of source, or would you be adequately compensated at least in the near term?
Certainly for the next maybe 12 to 18 months, we do not see the need for any additional infusion of capital at this point of time, and we are quite comfortable at this point of time.
Okay. Just wanted to actually focus on the AUMs which you've spoken about in your press release as well. Can you just detail how this current quarter is panning out for you all in terms of your total assets under management, and how exactly business is doing on a fundamental basis as well?
See, business at a fundamental level is doing very well. As I mentioned earlier, we've grown 30%. Last year our assets under management was 7,000 crores. This year it's grown to about 9,070 crores, and a substantial part of this growth is coming from the lending to the small and medium enterprises sector, that too against a pledge of property. That frankly is a very large market in India, and from the small base we're coming from, to continue to post maybe at 30 to 35% growth is really not an issue at all. At this point of time, that business is doing very well. The other lines of businesses which we are doing are relatively smaller in ticket size, but are in a way quite a niche area For example, look at the two-wheeler financing business or durable financing business. Each one of these businesses from the base we are starting from is growing quite well. So this 9,000 crores is composed of about 6,000 crores of mortgages, and the rest is split between the other businesses.
What's the plan going forward? Would you be consolidating in some of these businesses, or are you looking at some new lines of businesses as well?
Well, these 3 or 4 consumer businesses are significantly the areas that we are looking to expand in the days to come. We are present in about 40 cities. We have about 1,200 employees. We are originating significant volumes of these long-term lending businesses, which is mortgage every month. And clearly, these are businesses which we are quite happy about. We feel safe and secure in the current economic environment, the way it is looking, and it gives us, in a way, a sort of insurance for the economy looking one way or the other. So, and of course, the equity raise also gives us some additional cushion and additional insurance as far as capital is concerned. The lines of businesses are in a way insured because they're all secured against property. I think between these two factors, we look forward to good growth in the years to come. And to the shareholders who are probably listening to this program, I can very confidently tell them that the companies are doing really very well over the last many years, and we just look forward to continued growth.
Okay, I'm just going to fit in 2 quick questions. One, how is asset quality doing? Because in the previous quarter you had provisions of around 18.2 crores, which jumped up from 13 crores sequentially, as well as why exactly would you have closed down your securities as well as your commodity broking operations? Are you looking to concentrate more on core operations for the business going forward?
Well, as far as the securities business is concerned, clearly for the last 3 years we have seen that we are not getting adequate traction to make a viable business out of the same, and in the current economic environment where the equity markets are rather tepid, we could not see the adequate throughput coming through for us to become profitable in that business, and we thought it is rather wise for us to wind it down. I missed your first question, I'm sorry. With regard to the NPA that you talked about, yeah, asset quality, frankly, in the businesses we are in, we do not see any stress at all, particularly the mortgages business, which is doing really well, not only by volumes, even by asset quality, we're really seeing no issue at all. In fact, if you see our NPAs, it's just 0.17%, and it has been stably so for the last 3 years, so we do not see any jerky behavior in that.
All right, Vaidyanathan, thanks a lot for your time, and all the best for your future endeavors.